Coffee live for channel members, broadcast to the public later on. And I'll tell you what kind of day it is. Here's my coffee in my Team Zoc mug. Take a sip. And then I clean my face. That's not blood. That's not a bloody nose. That's a coffee mustache. The mustache is a little thicker today. You ever do, for those growing? Do you wake up and realize today's the day you got to trim? Sean Rooms checking in line live, as I say, when the times I'm around him, which for the most part it's been a hotel lobby in London. Sean Rooms. This looks like I'm in the right place. You're in the right place. Like about 20 minutes and a cup of tea. Morning all. Real McCoy's here. David McKay. Glad you're all here. The fun thing about this show is it's a battle of my camera angle. I know right where I want it. It just every time you log back into OBS, it changes a little bit. It changes subtly. You also notice I have the glasses on today. That's the kind of day. This is a show where I would literally wake up. I want to shout out new channel member Garrett Briones. Garrett B is here. He became a member of the channel last night while I was sleeping. That means if you're a member of the channel, you can watch this show live. It's a show where I literally look at the world and look at the world with you, or sometimes we do silly things. There's a chance I might play Immaculate Grid today, but there's always that balance of as we slide into let's go into what ad is popping up here. Looking at the news here, serious news, but that plush sand crawlers. Like, I want to read about Trump's attorney pleading guilty in a Georgia election subversion case where she said she, had nothing to do with it, and it turns out she had everything to do with it. But wait, hold on. What is this? I'm going to click on this live. Yes, visit the site. It's Chewy. Oh, it's for dogs. Oh, even better. Do Chihuahuas like a Star Wars, The Mandalorian sand crawler, hide and seek, puzzle plush? There's a lot. Squeaky dog toy. That's a journey. It's a hide and seek puzzle plush squeaky dog toy. I don't know. It's only $19.78. I'm not going to sign in live on air, but I'm going to come back later and I'm going to add that to cart. Why? Why not? Why not? Real McCoy asks this question: so are we ever going to get to a competent Senate speaker? I don't think so. Let's go back to the headlines. So we got the Israel Hamas situation and Palestine situation. Situation is not even the right word, right? It's just horror at this point. And I will say the one thing I say, and I allow myself the one or two news stories to not feel as though I have to tweet or go in depth on. I just have to deal with what I see, and it's pain and it's death, and it's all I see. And it's not that I stop there. I read all the stories. I've been studying a lot through videos. Yeah, sometimes just going to Wikipedia and starting from there and going to other places of, all right, what does the West Bank really mean? I've grown up my entire life hearing that. West Bank, Gaza Strip. I wasn't taught that. I wasn't taught that it's where the Palestinian people are currently, where they like a little bit more agency of their own life. So I've been trying to go to that before I, race to Twitter with my takes. And what's gone on the last couple of days over there has been a lesson in. I don't even think it's misinformation. It's just a lesson in all kinds of information hitting everywhere and hitting us at once. And the ability to both have a strong reaction and form strong opinions, but also maybe waiting and then seeing what you want to do with it. I'm not saying that leads you down one or path or the other. I'm just saying it's okay to press the pause button on posting, I think. But one thing we're not going to press the pause button on is Real McCoy's question. Kingsport Cal is here, and he says, you got words? If you're a Wanger fan, go back to the Wanger show I was just on a couple weeks ago. You got words, Cal? You got words for me? The latest on the House Speaker race. It's a comical disaster, but it's a tragedy. It's a tragedy. Sean Room says, I know that the House Speaker situation does have impacts on our lives as Americans, but part of me is enjoying the cluster of a situation. Lighter than some other things going on in the world. Yeah, Sean, I actually really agree with that. It's like a lot of things. It matters, and you're acknowledging that. But also, it's not even right to say implosion of the GOP at this point. This is just a continuing implosion. It's a continuation of what is going on with them. The latest 7 minutes ago, some information's coming out, but basically the big headline today is that Jim Jordan has failed 2 votes. And instead of going to 15 voting sessions like Kevin McCarthy did, Jim Jordan, who, of course, let's not forget, was very much aware, though he denies it, very much aware of sexual assaults going on under his co-watch as a wrestling coach in Ohio. That's a strike for me. But also, he has not ever, in 16 years, where's this? 16 years, Jim Jordan, you can spell it G-Y-M, has never had legislation that he authored to get passed. Where I took this shot. Mitt Romney, not Mitch, Mitch, go stare in the camera, Mitch. Mitt Romney rips Jim Jordan as the headline. This is from X.com. That's a headline to get you pulling. But here's what he said. And I'll say this. I wouldn't vote for Romney if he ran for president now, but I did vote for him in 2012. I have a conservative background, and I've changed. I've left that team. I declared myself a free agent, and I left that team a long time ago. But Romney has some principles there, I think. And he says, Jim Jordan, for instance, you've heard, is running for Speaker of the House. Do you know how many bills he's passed that he's authored? None. We're looking at electing a person who would be second in the line to the presidency, who's never passed a bill. But he's certainly well known because he's able to make a lot of noise. And that's the currency of the realm these days in politics. Put a pin in that. It's finding a way to stand out and be well known. How does a democracy work? One, when the population is getting information that may or may not be accurate. And 2, when the people that are most well known are those that have accomplished things, but instead are performing. And so politics itself has become more of a performance art. And some might say, well, that's always been the case. Yeah, sure, it's always been the case. But people get things done. That's what you're there for. And a lot of these hot air balloons that are in Congress and the Senate right now, Jim Jordan, Matt Gaetz, Marjorie Taylor Greene, et al., George Santos, Anthony DeVolter, that's what they're there for. Gaetz right now is trying to get to Florida to run for governor. And yes, that's the name of the game, especially for career politicians. That's the appeal of a lot of these politicians that come from outside the swamp. I hear that from my folks and friends on the old team that I used to play with. Well, we want an outsider. We want an outsider because we're so distrustful of what's going on. Yes, both sides have problems. But this thing going on right now with the Speaker of the House it's a season of Veep. Every once in a while you see that headline, satire is dead. It's a season of Veep. And I don't think Veep could even, they'd probably be like, we can't write this. So the latest on Jim Jordan, he's not going for a third vote, at least not right now. They're trying to extend the powers of Patrick McHenry. That's the bow tie, slam the gavel guy. Just increase his powers as interim speaker and keep him in the spot until January, like around January 3rd. And then maybe Mr. Jim Jordan can sneak in there. Maybe. That's what I think is hope. No bills passed. What a clown Jim is. Yeah, no bills passed in like 60 years. This isn't guy who's been there like 4 years. This is like a Saturday Night Live cast member who's like in season 2 of their SNL career, and they're like, I've gotten like 2 sketches on. It's kind of hard and competitive. Jim Jordan's been there for almost 20 years. Unrelated to Jim Jordan, says Sean Room, turns out Senator Menendez was maybe sort of working at a foreign agent for Egyptian government. Democrat or not, we can't be having that. Yes. And I hear this all the time of both sides. This is all my old friends and family members, both sides. Yes, both sides. The difference between the team that I like playing with now is we see someone like Menendez. This is why I like old hoodie, gray Bill Belichick hoodie wearing John Fetterman, though he probably hate that I compare him to Belichick, as I'm sure an Eagle fan that he is, and Steelers too. He's a Yinzer. He was one of the first to call him out. You're all worried about how I dress. Got it. But you ain't worried about this guy. He's got to go. Menendez using a lot of dumb excuses. A lot of excuses. He'd actually gold bars. He's not just taking money, he's taking gold bars. He's got to go. And this, you go back to the Al Franken. Al Franken situation always comes up. Boom. Stuff comes up. And the big first thing that came up about Al Franken, I have some issues with it. It was brought up against him. It was an old photo, an old time, and I think that person in the photo, went on to become a conservative radio personality and do what you want with that. But there were some other things that came out. Boom, Franken's out. No hesitation. So, Sean, I think that is a great point. We'll call those a room point. You get a room point about Menendez. Gotta go. And the same thing is, you go with the Georgia case. I'll be honest. I'm not super following the case in Georgia because see if I get any doggy. Oh, there we go. Oh, a Millennium Falcon for your dog. Price drop. The raccoons. I got real raccoons. I don't need plush raccoons. Maybe. I don't know. All right, let me close that ad. Why am I seeing this ad? You know what? I'll tell you why. Probably because I own 2 Chihuahuas. Well, I'd love to get this ad away. Close the ad. This is here. I want Mitt Romney to talk about this. Oh, put a pin. Don't let me, Sean Room, I got 8 minutes left. Don't let me forget about that. Trump attorney Sidney Powell pleads guilty in Georgia election subversion case. I'm not even following this one because I just want to wait till all the dust to settle on this. But this is a problem, too. The amount of people on this team who are like, election fraud, they did it. It turns out it was you. It was you, for the most part, in general. It was you. So this is not a good one for Trumpy. Sidney Powell, everyone around Trump on these Georgia election subversion cases and fraud cases. Everyone around is going down. Everyone, if the man at the center of it, the Charlie Manson of this group, I didn't commit the crimes. I just convinced everyone to do them. If he doesn't go down, I don't know what to do. I don't know. Brian Tiller's here. Jim cannot get the gavel and lead the chamber for the next certification of the presidency. Absolutely. Yeah. Good old hide the sexual assault cases, Jordan. Let's never let him forget that. Never let him and his dumb little part and his, he's a good, he's an older man. He's a good, you can tell, Jim Jordan's in good shape. He probably does a push-up or 2 every day. Thinks he's tough. I can beat COVID by doing push-ups. Is probably the type of person he is. Never let him forget him. Like if you walk into a restaurant in Washington, D.C., like if Mark Ellis and I are doing comedy and we walk into a Hard Rock Cafe and Jim Jordan's sitting there, I'm going to let him know. I'm going to be one of those people you see on a viral video. Idiot tourist confronts government official at a Hard Rock Cafe next to the Lincoln Theater, where the Ford Theater where he was assassinated. The internet is wonderful, Ken, says King Sport Cal. No, King Sport Cal, you're wonderful. The thing about the Romney quote, that I have my glasses on today, so sorry for stumbling over some of the words. He's certainly well known because he's able to make a lot of noise. That's where we're at. And it burns me up sometimes. And I don't want my bitterness to take over me. I have a good interview on I have a wonderful interview. I'll say it. I have a wonderful interview on the channel right now. Released late last night. A lot of people haven't had a chance to get to it now. It's with my friend Christopher Cowan Blonde, a.k.a. the Bougie Bisexual on Instagram. He's a great comic in town. He's an up-and-comer. It's a wonderful interview. Right now, 61 people have checked it out. But I could scream to the high heavens. I could scream about Kathleen Kennedy should be fired. I should scream about why is movie talking so political these days? I don't know. It's talking about movies is like so competitive. Like, you might be one of the people that made it competitive, but I could do that and get all the attention. But But I think I'm going to try to pass some legislation in this space. And that's where I'm at. That's one of the things I woke up today. I saw that Romney quote late last night when I was playing some Madden. Been having fun. Go check out the live stream. Though the live stream, hey, Lauren Roma's here saying hi. Channel members checking in. Thank you, channel members. I saw that Romney thing late last night, and I've just been burned a lot this year. 2023 has been my year of being really frustrated with the spaces I've been working in and watching at times bad people succeed, but also watching dumb people succeed. People who bring nothing to the table. People who just sit in front of trailers and react to them with no insight. And you could sit in front of trailers and react to them and bring insight. There's people that do that. Just people clapping like seals. And I'd rather go to the zoo and see a seal clap. And tick, 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 tick. And it can break your heart. And I read that Romney quote last night, and I was like, that's the world. That's the world. These, 8 Republicans? These Gates and Boebert types, off in theaters, jerking off their friends in front of family members or families, and probably family members, who knows? Those are the loudmouths that are running this thing right now just because we see them. And does media play a part of that? Sure, but I think sometimes if you're a family values politician and you're getting felt up in a theater while watching Beetlejuice in front of families, that is a story to me. That's a story. I think the media has to cover that. But they get more of the attention. How she won, she barely won, but she won. I have a problem with those voters. Oh, coffee, take a sip. That quote from Romney last night hit me in many ways. Hit me in many ways. Brian Taylor says, good blather interview, sharp young man. Kingsport Cal says, I'm saving it for tomorrow. Yeah, no, to be clear, I'm not putting a pressure on anyone right now in chat after this episode to watch or listen to the episode. That's not it. And I'm in for the long haul. I'm in for the long haul here. 20 minutes of coffee has been a lot of fun. You got This Day in History. Don't forget to check out this series, This Day in History. I have a lot of fun doing these. If you remember Saturday Night Napzok, a lot of them are from there, but new ones are coming. In fact, that's what I got to do today. After this episode, I got to sit and look at some scripts for hopefully next week. There's some days in history that I think we should learn about. But I'm here. Let's actually get some legislation passed together, huh? What do we think about that? All right, this is a weird. My mind is all over the place, but this is kind of the truth of the show, and the truth of our lives. Right? We're all over the place. I'm gonna try. Can we do this? All right. I'm gonna try to play my immaculate grid. You're gonna have to trust me here. Rather go to the zoo and see seals claps. Thank you, Romo. You're gonna have to trust me when I say I have not done any pre-research on this. I did see someone post their answers. Looking at you, John Mariano. And that made me, it made me think of one of my answers. So I'm going to go to that. All right. And the time we have left here. Let me turn on. Dropping things. Fumble, where it is. I can't see my keyboard. It's dark in my studio. So I'm going to turn on some lights here. All right. I'm going to go. So if you haven't played Immaculate Grid, and we might go overtime. This might be 25 minutes of coffee today. This is from the people at baseballreference.com. This is Grid 200. It's a big one. And you get nine guesses. So you have to find a Atlanta player who had 200 hits in a season. Now, that could also include Boston Braves, Milwaukee Braves, include a lot. Dodgers, Brooklyn Dodgers, of course. So you've got to find someone who played for Atlanta but had over 200 wins in their career. That's that. So water for you. Romo wakes up with water. Real McCoy says if Bobo was a Democrat, she'd be gone. Giubu can't do anything wrong. No, yeah. I think you're true there. I think that's truth. All right. Even if you're not a baseball fan, this is fun. And again, I don't cheat and go to baseballreference.com to look, but baseballreference.com has created this game, Immaculate Grid. So first, I'm going to go Dodger, 200 hits, Steve Sachs. Now, the goal is to find players that have the lowest percentage. So Sachs, 4%. You want to get as low to 1%, or as I have done many times, gotten lower than 1%. An Atlanta player with 200 hits in one season. Okay, we'll come back. 200 career plus wins, but they played for the Braves. I am okay. We got a couple options here. I'm gonna go with. I think people are thinking Smoltz, Maddox, Glavine. I'm gonna go Phil Niekro. I think that's still gonna be a high percentage pick. 5%. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I try to get 5% or lower. But Dodgers, 200 career plus wins with the Dodgers. This means anyone who has swung through the Dodgers at any point in time. The question is, a lot of names, Kingsport Cal says this is confusing. Just, go with us, Cal. 200 career wins is the new 300 wins. And so a lot of names might pop in my head of, they played for the Dodgers, and they might cross that barrier. But you never know. Like, I want to choose Zach Greinke. I can't quite remember. He's played for a long time. Just kind of wrapped up the career. I think he crossed 200 wins. He did play for the Dodgers. But that's a tough one. So Max Scherzer had a cup of coffee. He's over 200 now. But I'm going to go Don Sutton. Don Sutton eventually got to 300 wins. Hall of Famer. Passed away. 14%. That's pretty high. But we're going to take it. No cheating. No cheating there. A 200K season. But they pay. Let's do this. Phillies, 200 career wins. I have a real blind spot of baseball in the last 15 years. So my gut is saying I want to go maybe like a Cliff Lee, but I don't think that's the case. But here's what I'm going to do. A lot of times when in doubt, go old, and less people choose them. So I'm going to go Robin Roberts. 9%. Real McCoy says, I was told there'd be no math. This is great. This is how I wake up. I look at the horrors of the world. I look at the political disasters going on, and then I look at baseball, immaculate grid. A 200K season for we're going to go Cliff Lee. I've got to assume he got 200Ks while pitching. 13%. All right, that's high. But we'll take it. This is not going to be my greatest one. 200 hit season for the Atlanta Braves. Or could be Milwaukee Braves or Boston Braves, any of those players. I'm trying to think of an old Boston Brave player that might have got 200 hits, and I'm drawing some blanks. But Boston Brave, Milwaukee Braves. You know what? Let's go old school. Let's go Spahn. Warren Spahn. This is going to be a high percentage pick. No? It said no? Wait a minute. Did not have a 200K season? Hold on. I'm checking that right now. Oh, did I put him in the wrong corner? I put him in, unless I put him in the 200 hit season. Did I just do? He never had a 200K season. Unbelievable. Look at this. Never had it. Unbelievable. That's an incorrect guess. All right. Wow. Okay. Let's get back to it here. 200 hit season with the Phillies. I'm gonna go Pete Rose. It's a high one, but I need some good answers now. I have two guesses left, so I'm gonna have a miss. Crime Dog play for Atlanta. Yeah, but he did not have. I don't think Crime Dog had a 200 hit season. All right, a 200K season. Who might not be? Oh, let's go Kevin Brown. 0.9%. That's the kind of pick you want. Why aren't people picking Kevin Brown? This goes against everyone. Like, you're usually playing the field here. A 200K season with Atlanta. I'm stunned about that Warren Spahn one. 191 strikeouts in one season was his career high. Wow. 200 hit season. That could be a lot of players can have fluke 200 hit seasons. A lot of pitchers can have the fluke 200K season. So I'm trying to pull one out there, but I think we'll go. Let's dig. I'm trying to think of an 80s Braves pitcher that might have snuck in there for 200K. Oh, you know what though? Let's try this. Oh, this might cost me. Did Dale Murphy have a 200-hit season for the Braves? He did not. He did not. I failed miserably. This is a horrible score. It's a horrible score. Yesterday, my score was 19. 19 was my score yesterday. I have a lot of shame of this one. This one didn't work. Didn't work for me. I didn't do well today. I failed, everybody. Don't listen to me. Don't drink coffee with me. Don't look at the world. Well, we did it. That's the world. The world is both horrible and fun at the same time. Thanks for hanging out. Don't forget, if you're watching, if you're a channel member, you're probably very much aware. But if you're just swinging through a little bit later on, my comedy album, Live for the In My Day, Live from the Harrison Pub, is available. Special edition is available on Bandcamp, and link to that is in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, watch other things we do around here, like This Day in History, the most latest of that. And we had a fun game stream yesterday, even though it got demonetized, and I'm making not 1 cent off of it. And I'm trying to make a living here, but oh well, who knows? Who cares? I played Madden yesterday. I'm back playing Madden. It was a lot of fun. So hang out. Watch us do some game streams. Red Dead, Fortnite, Madden, maybe some MLB The Show. Still going on with that. We'll see you all soon. Bye, friends. Thanks for watching.